Okay. This clip has been making the rounds and I want to watch it.
More so than everything else. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm genuinely trying to understand why, for the people who do not.
This Dr. K, who, I'll read the caption. People are incredibly upset with Dr. K for failing to validate their Hassan derangement after he suggested that their obsessive anger might be misplaced frustration with other aspects of their lives.
I think this is disproportionate. Like, tell me why. Explain it to me. He can't keep getting away with it. Exposes his true colors. Okay. So then this is like related to hypocrisy. This is beautiful. Okay, so he's like deflecting, talking about rapes. Okay, gaslighting. Okay, this is great. Okay, so I didn't feel...
They forgot girl bossing. Also him chuckling and being like, this is great. Classic Dr. K clip.
Feel super confident in what I was about to say. Double standards. Okay, I didn't feel super confident in what I was going to say, but man, y'all just really helped me out. So I'm so grateful. Okay.
For context, he's asking chat why they hate Hassan, and people are giving reasons why they hate Hassan, and he's giggling like a little kid in a candy store because he's excited that the reasons that they're listing are so obviously people projecting their own personal struggles in life onto Hassan, that he portrays the worst experiences, or he amplifies or like projects their own worst insecurities and their own worst problems, and so they feel like they need to take it out on him.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Sorry about
remember when I said
introducing enough context earlier on.
Here, there's pent up resentment. Okay. So I'm going to ask y'all a question.
He can't resist laughing.
Do we live in a world where there are some people who escape? Jesus, my handwriting is terrible. And I apologize for taking the Lord's name in vain. Are there people in today's world that escape responsibility? What do y'all think, chat?
Clueless.
No accountability. Are we upset? Right? Can y'all think of anyone who is escaping responsibility for their actions?
Oh, I wish there was more of the clip. I wanted to watch more of it. Damn. I don't have the VOD for it. Fuck. Maybe sometimes they tend to put it in like, damn it. Nicholas Eat Oreo, also known as Mind Lolly, said Dr. K is a fucking hack, which is all you need to know about this clip. Let me say a couple of things really quickly. So as a summary, he's asking people in chat who are so obsessed about Hassan all the time, Hassan, why they dislike him, and they're listing the reasons. And the reality is, it's fine to dislike content creators for literally no reason. I dislike content, and long before I did content, honestly, doing content creation or like streaming or whatever has made me dislike streamers less now that I've been in like their shoes on some things. But so long before I did content creation, there were content creators that I just like didn't fuck with. And I didn't care if I was valid to dislike them. I just didn't like them. A great example is like Mr. Beast. I just did, his vibes were off from day one for me. And I get like, he's a mixed bag now, but I won't lie. When people were disliking him, I was like, yes. But never in the duration of my dislike did I feel compelled to go to a Mr. Beast video and comment how much I hated Mr. Beast. At no point did I feel compelled to go to someone who was streaming with Mr. Beast or participating in a Mr. Beast show to go and comment this, to write dissertations on this, to make full videos on this. That just kind of sound like insane ramblings in a room where I'm whispering because my mom told me to keep it down. Mr. Beast just looks like he's tasted human flesh and he can't stop. Once he's tasted it, he needs more. And there's lots of people that you're kind of allowed to have this feeling with. I mean, even people in chat here, there are people that you're just like not going to fuck with, and that's fine. And a big part of it is because they remind you of other people in your life or other people that you've run into that display a lot of the similar characteristics and quality. It's like, it's literally pattern-seeking brain failing you a little bit. Benefiting you a little, failing you a little. But there is a massive step up from disliking someone and then spending so much of your life talking about that person that you dislike. So like the type of chatters that come in here or go anywhere else to type #FreeKaya, you're not unwell because you dislike Hassan. You're unwell because you spend your free time going from chat to chat, getting banned, typing FreeKaya. You have become obsessed. You are mentally unwell if that's where you're at. I know people who don't like Hassan. They have their reasons. I don't really care if you like or dislike, because I really don't give a shit. You can like and dislike whoever you want. It's about the fact that once you start tapping the glass and you're spending all of your fucking time tapping the glass and you're not even making money off of it. At least like the slop tubers make money off of like the Hassan hate train. Because then at that point you can like remove all intention. They're getting a bag. They're financially incentivized to keep doing it. But the people doing it because they're just obsessed with this guy, you need to take a step back and realize you're just projecting all of your anger about the people in your life that display similar qualities or similar habits or similar behaviors. And you think that taking it out on this guy will help you feel better in all these other ways. But it's not. Oh, thank you so much for the link. Gawkwork Orange is crazy. How have you been here since 2022 and I've never noticed your amazing username? Did you change it? That's amazing. Okay, sorry. Now I'm giggling like Dr. K.
Do we live in a world
Thank you for
where
the link.
there are some...
And as for my personal opinions on Dr. K, I think for the most part, he benefits the internet. And he gives people an outlet, and he tells people, like, you know, your frustrations are valid and what you feel is real, but you need to be more effective with how you channel it. So I think he's a net positive on the internet. I think sometimes he misses a little bit. I think sometimes he validates a little too hard, but I do think that he does make the internet better overall. I think he makes Twitch better overall, and I think he makes YouTube better overall. So that's just like, but I also understand why some people, they have a bad taste in their mouth with Dr. K, and that's fine, and that's totally cool. Personally, I think, like, for example, Kirk Honda does, I think, a better job, because I think he like really like sticks to the science thoroughly. But, you know, like, this is what I mean. Like, there's a distinction between, the people in here who are like, I don't like this guy. It doesn't mean you're going to go and type in his fucking YouTube comments and be like, you're a fucking piece of shit that abuses your fucking, I don't know, microphone or something. I don't know. It's that the jump from that, it doesn't feel significant, but it is significant. When you're spending hours of your time going chat to chat to chat to chat just to say something that you know will get you banned.
People who escape... Jesus, my handwriting is terrible. And I apologize for taking the Lord's name in vain.
It's a blotter.
Are there people in today's world that escape responsibility? What do y'all think, chat? No accountability. Are we upset? Right? Can y'all think of anyone who is escaping responsibility for their actions? Right? Are we upset with them? Yeah? Okay. Are there people?
Hassan, he still owes us gaming streams.
Can we do anything about it? So I want y'all to think about someone who is escaping responsibility, and what can you do? Can y'all do anything about it?
And this can be like, I mean, I haven't pre-watched this, so I don't know what he's going to say, but I would say personally, not a psychiatrist, as not a psychologist, as not a professional mental health expert, I would say, I think that there's like a micro scale and a macro scale. That on a micro scale, you have people in your personal life that wronged you in some way that was unfair, and they never got to see consequences for that, right? And there's like a bitter feeling there where you have to learn to let go, because you can't get back at Kathy for, you know, putting gum in your hair when you were 17. You can't do anything about it. You got to let go. And you can't, in the same way that you feel really powerless about that situation, I think a lot of people also feel really powerless in a broader political scape or landscape or scope. Because it's like, what are we as random ass fucking Americans supposed to do about Trump just breaking every single fucking rule? Just like, what are we supposed to do about the fact that like Trump can just send Gestapo to just grab whoever the fuck they want? I mean, even again, let me see if I can pull it up. I saw like, and I've seen this in like leftist spaces where some people are really like pro No Kings protest, and some people are really like not anti, but rightfully I think criticizing the No Kings protest, and that it feels like they're not accomplishing what they need to accomplish. There was maybe he deleted it, but I saw like a North Star radio video, or not video, but tweet that was pretty good. Where is it? Just sort of briefly talking about it. The idea of protest is a relatively new concept. Workers used to beat up union busting cops and their collaborators. Now people RSVP to parade style protests after approval by local government, in this case pushing State Department agendas. And like I think that there are a lot of people that are rightfully frustrated with things like No Kings protest, because or even like all the BLM protests, because we didn't actually get enough actionable change, right? They could easily be perceived as controlled opposition. Exactly. And like, I think a lot of people feel like it's a little libby, which I think it is, but it is still like a signifier. Sorry. I think it doesn't, I think the protests don't do anything outside of indicating to everyone else that we as Americans aren't for this. You can't say that Americans are pro-ICE Gestapo grabbing people off the street when millions of people go out to protest this. That you can't be lied to and told, no, everyone wants this. You're the crazy person for not wanting this. So it's good against like pushing back against the rhetoric that people do want this. People do want ICE to grab people off the street, but there needs to be more. Right. And so it's very easy to feel really powerless because here's Trump doing whatever the fuck he wants on this giant scale, ruining people's lives. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you feel all this like rage and this anger and you don't know where to channel it, where to place it. Or on a micro scale or on a micro scale, because both can be happening. You have people in your personal life that have wronged you or are wronging you and you don't have recourse. Whether that's like your piece of shit fucking middle manager that sucks ass or just like friends or whatever that have hurt you in some way. And because you don't have anywhere to place that, you have to find a new place to place it, even if that place isn't productive. But I'm curious what he has to say. That's my takeaway, but we'll see.
Okay. Right. So like some people are saying yes. Some people are saying no. Right. So there are people, and can we do anything about it? Not really. Maybe you can do something. I don't know. Right? Are there people out there abusing animals? Can we do anything about it? Do we do anything about it? Not really. Are there people out there who keep...
I mean, like vegans, dude, if I was a vegan, I'd be like so mauled about all the people posting these clips. It's like, oh, you care so much about animal abuse, really. And that's why you're fine with eating fucking cows that you know are being factory farmed.
Getting away with it? Can we do anything about it? Not really. Do we know someone who we're waiting for them to expose their true colors? Are there like people in your life that you know, like that you see on TV or you see on the internet? Are we like kind of, as a society, are we frustrated with people being fake? And can we expose them? No. Are there people around us that are very hypocritical? Say one thing, do something else. Can you do anything about it? Probably not. Are there people who deflect, who when they have some kind of problem, say, oh, but there's something, they're really good at whataboutism. They're like, stop looking at my problem.
Is he talking about Hassan here? No, he's talking about like people in general. Do people exhibit these qualities in the real world?
There's so many worse problems going over there. Absolutely. Are there people out there who are gaslighting us? And can we do a whole lot about it? Absolutely not. Oh, here's a good one. Are there people who have double standards? Does the world treat some people very well and some people treat very poorly, right? Does the CEO of Twitch, is he a fan of any particular political streamers? Is there a double standard? This is what's crazy. We don't really know. I know there's a perception of a double standard, but this is what's crazy. I know this is crazy, but hear me out. I've been on the receiving end of this. The prime example that I can think of is I once worked with a Dota 2 team, and man, working with that Dota 2 team and seeing how it runs on the inside and what the real problems were, and seeing what Reddit's understanding of what the problems were, they were like night and day. No one on Reddit had a fucking clue what was going on inside the team. But everyone is judging and everyone is sure that they're right. Does that make sense?
I mean, people love to be like, there's a double standard on Twitch. Hassan is protected. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. If you just use your brain for 2 fucking seconds, you'd realize any large creators on the platform that bring clicks, that bring ad rev, that bring subs, get treated better than everyone else. It doesn't have to do with politics. The fact that Asman got banned for 2 weeks for saying one of the most reprehensible statements I've ever fucking seen, and I got banned for 30 days for a fucking meme tier list about who has the Habibi pass where I'm in the Sabra tier, is insane. Like, actually insane. This idea of like, well, no, Twitch is just so biased against the right, and they're so biased towards the left, and that's why Hassan never gets banned. It's like, first of all, Hassan does get banned, but when he does, you always say that it's not long enough. It's literally every single time you say that. Consistently across the board. But second, yes, he does get preferential treatment. The same way that Asman gets preferential treatment. The fact that Asman can say half the shit that he says and he doesn't get banned, whereas any small streamer could say half that shit, the transphobic comments that he's made over the past year, the fact that he hasn't gotten banned for half of those is insane. And if it was a smaller streamer, they would have gotten banned. Like, literally, it's just that the top earners on this platform get preferential treatment because that's just like the basis of any company. This is just like capital. But the people that hate Hasan are so firmly in he's getting so much preferential treatment. It's so unfair that they're incapable of recognizing that Twitch just is going to protect the interest of capital. It's going to protect the interests of its shareholders, which means they're not going to ban the top earners as often as they will the smaller content creators.
In the room and knowing what
Does every partner have a Twitch rep or just the big ones? No, most partners don't have Twitch reps.
Actually happening is very different from watching clips on the internet and believing you know what is happening. Okay? Are we sensitive to people who do not take responsibility, accountability? So here's what I think is happening. When human beings have all of this pent up stuff, right? There's so many things that we hate Hasan for, and that's fine. But here's the thing. The things that y'all are talking about, for those of y'all that are like really, really don't think that this is inappropriate, right? And I'm not saying that y'all are right or y'all are wrong. Remember, the goal of this is not to pass judgment. I'm not judge. I'm not jury. I'm not executioner. I'm not investigator. I think we as human beings need to understand what the fuck is going on in our society right now, because we are tearing each other apart. And I'm serious, y'all. This is not hyperbole. This could result in biological weapons. It could result in nuclear weapons. It could result in all kinds of problems. The world is fucking falling apart because of stuff like this. Because of the fundamental way that human beings have started interacting with each other, and because of a lack of the way that we've the way that we stopped interacting with each other. So we have all of this pent up emotional energy, and it's got nowhere to go. And so where does it end up? Someone shows up and holy shit, y'all, the evidence is good. Did you see him yank him by his tail? The loner box video, XQC is doing this. All these people are lying about it. He's got Ludwig on a leash. Like, oh my God, this fucking guy. Double standard, hypocrite, privileged, pretends to be pro-minority while he has $3 million houses and $300 shirts, right? A champion for the underprivileged.
Dude, he's so plugged in.
A hypocrite.
Wait, why is Ludwig on the leash? Wait a minute. What? Oh, you know what? Cutie can do to him whatever she wants. Honestly, Ludwig is Cutie's property, to be honest. So, honestly, anyone who dates Cutie, you know what you're signing up for. So, like, actually fair. Actually, that one is fair.
No accountability.
Who am I
Gets
to
to dodge
shame?
bans all the time. Other people get banned for all kinds of stuff. And then now, like, it comes out onto him. And this guy is like, what the fuck did I do? I hit a button. And oh my God, I want y'all to think about this from Hasan's perspective. Let's think for a moment. Like, holy shit, what is this disproportionate reaction? Because people can't get upset at anybody else. People can't tear down anybody else. So what do they do? They go for him. He's the one target. Because I know this sounds insane, y'all. I've worked with a bunch of creators. A creator's power is a house of cards. Is a fucking house of cards. And if public sentiment turns against you, there's very little resilience. There's no institution to prop you up. And it's terrifying. Like, this guy's like, what did I do? I hit a button. And by the way, it's not even illegal. People sell shock collars. You can use a shock collar. Hey, he talks about like the 10, like I've had a TENS machine.
I just know the LSF bros are trying to clip this right now and be like, I can't believe he would defend this animal abuser.
Delivers, and by the way, he's correct here. So TENS machine, I think, delivers way more. TENS machines are things that are used to help people in physical therapy. They deliver an electrical shock that is way higher than a shock collar. But here's the key thing to remember. A TENS machine is used on muscle. The shock collar is not. Okay? If I punch you in the throat and I punch you in the arm, the amount of pain you will experience will be very different. Do y'all get that? Just because the force is the same does not mean that the pain is the same. Okay? right? And this is where, like, we don't really, like, you know, it's like, anyway. But do y'all get what I'm saying about this right here? That this is what's happening. We've got one guy. And when the mob gets angry, and it's angry at 15 people, and one person fitting the description of the other 14 show up, they tear him apart.
This is kind of like the Pokey effect, where people who've never watched Pokey stream hate Pokimane because she represents things that they despise. If you look at like Dixerdo replies to anything about Pokimane, you'll find hundreds or thousands of people that are like pissed at Pokey because they perceive Pokimane as being like an e-whore or like an e-girl that sells like a girlfriend experience, and she's not even good at video games, and she doesn't even stream that much, and she doesn't even do anything except beg for money, and she's an entitled bitch, and she's never earned anything herself. And like, it's people who've literally, they've never watched her stream ever. Again, they've literally never watched her stream ever, but they have perceptions about what she stands for. And if they can put that on her, they can be happy. And it's sort of the same thing with Hassan, where like for Hassan, he is sort of like the magnet for people's frustrations and obsessions about other people. And so when people are mad because they perceive Hassan as being like this like douchebag, this unapologetic piece of shit that's hypocritical and buys Gucci shirts and whatever the fuck, their hate becomes like validated. And then all of the frustrations they feel in the rest of their life can be projected onto him safely. For real, in reality, she's just a gamer and a girl, and she has streams, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, like, people will literally, like, watch her streams and be like, did you see how she got up out of her chair? She's clearly trying to manipulate her viewers because she was wearing black yoga pants, and she got up and turned around and then got water. You mean she went to go get water? What the hell are you talking about? It sounds like she just got up to go get water. I'm sorry, she has legs? Should she hide it from you because you're a freak? Listen, I know that there are women that are definitely towing the line, okay? I've seen the Morgue Pie green screen Fortnite streams. I remember the meta where everyone was sitting on clear chairs and they put a camera below. All right. And they knew what they were doing. Now they knew. But like, can you imagine you're wearing black yoga pants and a long sleeve shirt and you're like, hey guys, sorry, I want to get water. And you happen to stand and walk away so people can see your hips or your ass or whatever. And you're like, oh, I'm thirsty. I'm going to go get water. And then people have the audacity to clip this and be like, look, she's being a whore on camera. It's like, dude, are you like unwell? Don't answer that. I already know the answer. You're actually unwell if you think a woman getting up off her computer to get a drink of water is trying to trick you into giving her money. You're fried. The marbles are gone. And people be like, this is literally prostitution. It's like she literally has donos capped. I don't think you can give her more than like $5 per dono. And she hadn't sold merch for years before she made the cookies. And guess what? The cookies weren't a scam. A scam means that you're paying for something and you're not getting that thing in the way that you agreed to get it. You're exchanging money for a service or a good and then not getting the service or good you were promised. I don't know if you guys know this. There was no scam there. It was, here, you can pay $7 for this box of cookies. And then you paid it, and then you got the cookies. And it was exactly the amount of cookies that it said it was going to be. Something being an overpriced bag of cookies isn't a scam. It just means that they're expensive. Those are different words. Like, hello? Let me guess, crumble is a scam too now? It's like, no, scams mean something very specific. It means people paid money, and then they didn't get what they were told they were going to get. So like crypto rug pulls are a scam because people are promised, oh, you're going to make so much money. It's going to go to the moon. Buy in now. It's going to be huge. And then when it tanks, everyone loses their money. That's a fucking scam. That is, in terms of like the definition of a scam, that's a scam. So anyways, all of that is just to say, like, I think a lot of, for example, Pokey is like a great example for this, where she's kind of like a lightning rod. Is that the term? Where she attracts all of the hate or like anger that people have over like e-girls online because they think that e-girls have it really easy and their life is difficult and women are on easy mode or whatever the fuck. So they need somewhere to, they need to place that anger on something or someone. So they put it on Pokey.
Now, there are a couple of other complicating factors here, which I think really, there's a lot of pent up stuff, I think, that's specifically towards Hasan. So I know, for example, that, and I'm not saying this is true or not true, I'm just saying that with the creators that I've worked with, one of the things that there are a handful of communities that they're really scared of, and Hasan's is one of them. I'm not saying that that's justified or not justified. I'm not saying it's true or not true, but just for whatever reason, right? And when people say, I'll ask them like, why, right? What concerns you about? And I think it has something to do with his side.
Wait, I'm sorry, can I go back for a second? I missed that.
For whatever reason, right? And when people say, I'll ask them like, why, right? What concerns you about? And I think it has something to do with his size, his rigidity, and the tribalism of his community, right? There's an us versus them. And so, another example of this, and I think this is why the Ethan Klein Hasan thing got so bad, because there's a lot of tribalism in both of those communities.
Is he calling him a fridge? Because I agree, but I don't think it's very productive in this conversation.
There's not a whole lot of like dialogue or trying to understand or things like that, at least that I can perceive. And if that's incorrect, remember, I'm making these judgments based on very limited stuff. It's not like I watch these guys a whole lot. It's just with the parts of them that I do see, which there could be a selection bias for, there's there's not a whole lot of like, let's understand why the right is the way that it is. That's not usually what they say. Let's try to understand the perspectives of the Palestinians. Let's try to understand the perspectives of the Israelis. I haven't seen them talk about that. There is rigidity, there is tribalism, and there is righteousness.
And I want to say, a lot of people I feel like are getting a little upset, which is very funny. Because this is the problem. I knew this was going to happen to Dr. K. The problem with taking this stance is certain people are so controversial that not taking a strong stance in one direction or another direction means both people will hate you. Which is exactly what's happening right now. Because his chat's really mad because they're like, Hasan sucks, what do you mean? And here people are like, this guy fucking sucks. But let me say, he has to frame these things in this way, and he has to validate these people's feelings to talk them off the ledge. It's kind of like, I know ContraPoints fell off of a fucking cliff, but back when ContraPoints was good, when she was targeting incels, she had to validate the incel feelings to reach them. Because these are people that are very soy. I don't know how else to explain it. They need you to like coddle them and be like, it's going to be okay. All right, buddy? No, mommy loves you very much. Like he has to lull them into a sense of security and be like, yeah, you're so right to be upset about this stuff. But you realize taking it out on these people literally doesn't do anything for you, you fucking idiot. And you can't get those people to accept the second part unless you tell them, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I think it's fucking nonsense, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, he literally went on a tangent saying that like shock collars are legal, and then everyone in his chat was question marking him. So I think maybe I'm just speaking for a couple people here. I feel like I know what position he holds. I feel like I know what position he holds very well. And like I will say, there's something about content creation that really softens you up to other content creators. Like there were content creators I hated before I did content because of like certain actions I perceived as unacceptable, and then having gotten into like streaming and stuff, it's like, oh, I fucking get it. I do. I fucking get it. It's like, yeah, I get why you did these things or do these things. Like one really fucked up example is like when you message a content creator, but you know, you're just like some like who mega little chatter. No offense. I've been there. No offense intended. Please don't take any offense. And you're like, damn, why won't this like streamer respond to me? Or like, why won't this person respond? Or blah, blah, blah. And I took offense to it. And then I realized, because I started responding to everyone, because I was like, man, I never want to make anyone else feel that way. And then I made the mistake of like responding to like, I think it was like 2 different people. And after responding to them, they've done nothing but just reply to me they've sent me a message every single day for years now. And I'm like, and it's because I responded once. And it's like, I get it. It's like, oh, fuck. Like when you're not on the other side, you don't understand why people do the things that they do. And then once you're on the other side, you're like, fuck. You really won't let any good deed go unpunished. And so like there are certain things that I still respond to today. And there are things that I just like, I know I can't respond to. So like when I get messages about like streaming and stuff, and and like I see like a content creator is like they want to do political content and they've started like growing their socials or whatever, I'll reply and I'll be like, yeah, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. But there are some that I know like I can't reply because I know if I reply once, I will get messages every day forever, which is terrifying. They're still messaging every day off that one reply. Yes. Yes. And it's terrifying and it's not fun. If anyone needs to hear this, don't do that. Like, I don't know who needs to hear it. Don't do that. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. It's like, don't do that. Don't. I know, don't harass people. Don't do that. Please. Right? Anywho, all that to say, I feel bad. I felt bad when I was on the other side of that. And then being now on this side, it's like, fuck, man. I get it. And there's a lot of things like that where I've felt, I don't get it, but I feel the empathy for it now, which sucks. Because empathy really is just like this faucet. And then once it's open, it's really hard to control. So like a very good example of this is, oh, of course it's PR, to be clear, Jessica. This is like he's making a video to reach certain people because he wants to have the right position on this. This is not like a psychology video. This is just like a closer to a self-help book than it is anything else. But like, for example, the Atrioc situation, it's like, I would never do that in a million years. I don't even like, I can't perceive a universe where you would look at that type of porn, but then I also can't perceive a universe where you would do that on your main computer. And then I also can't perceive a universe where then you would like, knowing that you look at porn on your main computer, on your main profile, that you would window share. Or sorry, screen share, not window share, screen share. That's crazy. That's like 20 levels of insane. Like, what the fuck? Like, there were so many different steps that you should have taken first that would have stopped you on this. Doing it on your streamer PC, on your streamer profile, and then using OBS to screen share your whole screen. I don't even look at porn on my computer, and I don't like to screen share. And I only window share because I'm like, I never want to accidentally like leak just like messages between me and my friends making fun of stupid shit or whatever. But then I see that and I'm like, man, I like the empathy brain turns on and I'm like, damn. He made like one mistake and it's like, it's over for him. It's like Jover. He's just always going to be known as the deep fake porn guy. And I'm like, but that's fair. But that's fucked. But that's fair. But that's fucked. Damn it. I hate it. I hate being in this position where you feel the empathy and you know that you wouldn't do that. And you know that there's no universe where that's acceptable. But you still feel the way that you feel. It's like, fucking, God fucking damn it. Anywho. All of that's to say, I think that's what, not exactly what Dr. K is saying. Dr. K is saying something different. But I think he's trying to like reach these people. And he's trying to say that like, when you're on the other side, this is like the conversation I tried to have about Dan Clancy and people were upset, right? Where it's like, I'm sorry. If Dan Clancy didn't give a fuck about any of these people, he wouldn't pretend to give a fuck by going on all of these like lunches with streamers and streamers wouldn't speak positively about him. If he genuinely didn't give a fuck. At some point, your hands are tied on some level. It doesn't, but the fucked up thing is, it doesn't matter. Because you're still in charge, right? So like, a million streamers can say nothing but positive things because in private, they have conversations with him where he says like, my hands are tied here. Like Amazon is telling me I have to do this. This is this. But it's like, having that extra knowledge makes life so much worse. Knowing this, like the knowledge is like haunting. Because now it's so much harder to engage in the tribalism. Does that make sense? Who is Clancy? I like how half the chat messages today are just like, who are you talking about? Who is the guy on the screen? Who is Clancy? Whatever. I hope some of you followed along. Okay. TLDR. I do agree with the general point that Dr. K is making, which is it's just like the people who go on like these tirades against Hassan, they don't even the statements or the criticisms aren't even like necessarily always based in reality. It's just like a feeling of this person is someone that I dislike, so all of my hatred must be justified. And then it's doubly bad when the people who you desperately need to realize that you're just projecting all of these things onto someone that you don't like because they fit the bill. But you're not doing yourself you're just doing yourself a disservice by going from chat room to chat room, spending your fucking Sunday afternoon typing free Kaya and getting banned in 50 chat rooms. Like, congrats. What did you win? Fucking nothing? Nothing. You did nothing. You did nothing. You won nothing. You got nothing. You just wasted hours of your day. Congratulations. Amazing. Incredible. Wonderful. Like you could have played some video games. You could have made some friends. You could have had some fun. You could have lost some games. You could have done anything else with your time. You could have drawn. You could have spent time with your dog or your cat or your family. Like literally, you could have watched a TV show. You could have gotten into art. You could have read a book. You could have done literally anything else. And instead, you chose to waste an hour of your life getting banned from chat room to chat room. Congrats. And it's because you're so invested in this nonsensical thing because you feel this strong hate. It's not like Hassan is personally doing this. So you feel this strong hatred about like all these other things, and Hassan fits the bill for them, and that's why you get mad. It's like the people who come in here and they're like, you're allergic to accountability. It's like, if there's anything I'm not allergic to, it's accountability, okay? I don't care about saying that I'm wrong. The way I see being wrong is like, hey man, you're only wrong until you're not wrong, right? You're wrong, and then you say that you're wrong, and then you're right again. Is it a learning opportunity? You either get the pleasure of learning something new, or you get the pleasure of being right. I know it's very glass half full, but that's how I feel genuinely. So who cares? I really don't give a shit about that. You're allergic to gaming streams, yeah. Either learn from your mistakes or you're doomed to repeat them, yeah. Why do you want to keep looking and being stupid? Just learn and be kind, exactly. But if people feel that way, in the same way that if people feel like Pokey is this representative of all these things, at some point, like, these people are kind of unreachable. It is what it is. It's, one chatter says, it's weird seeing how people online react to shit that they hate on the internet. I'm diagnosed with BPD. It's not to say all people with BPD are the same, but I will be stun-locked for hours. Today is to see a post that pisses me off. If I see a post that pisses me off, but at least I don't make videos or comments about it. That's what one chatter said. Like, I don't like certain people. There are people that I can't share it, but eventually my time will come where I get to share that I hate them. Now is not the time. See, the problem with being on the left is you're always right, but you got to be right at the right time. Sometimes you're just right a little too early. Okay? And there are definitely people where I'm like, oh, I don't like you. Oh, I don't like you at all. But your time will come, and I will feast when your time comes. Okay? And I know it's so disappointing to be like, not sharing tea. But there are people that I don't like because I know personally I've had this experience or I've known someone who's had this experience. But I also know that eventually, like, whatever shit comes out will come out. And this sounds very ominous. I'm not intending for it to be ominous. I'm saying that, like, people who are shitty people eventually are shitty to enough people that everyone hates them. Like Tectone. Like Mizkiv. You're shitty and annoying to enough people and eventually so many people dislike you. Someone is going to like crack or someone's going to be like, dude, fuck off. Like literally, I don't care. It's like Peach Stars throwing the basketball at fucking Tectone's head. Right? It's like, no, these people all fucking hated Tectone for a long time. They just, once he just decided he was going to go full sexual harassment on stream, they were like, finally, I can fucking have a valid reason to hate you. Thank God. That was gold, the little dance. Bro, she hit him with the basketball straight to the dome. I mean, how can you miss, to be fair? And she did a little dance. We all knew. And you have to be right at the right time. Kind of like, nah, that's not a good example. Honestly, kind of like Amaranth. Where, like, I think for a little bit of time, Amaranth got, like, really weird, really fast. Why do I get a feeling it's Charlie? No, I'm very open about my opinions about Charlie. I think he's just like, he just chases whatever trend will get the most people to like him. He just strikes me as someone who just cares a lot that that people need to like him. He doesn't want to be a hated creator online because he's seen what he's inflicted on other people and he doesn't want it inflicted on him. He's just like cowardly. I'm very open about my opinion on that guy. I just don't think he's like a bad person. I think he's just like, just another mediocre, whatever, content creator. Yeah, like this Amaranth clip, it's like, yeah. Girl, I'm dehydrated. The cure? Tea. But anyways, what is this? Amaranth and her abusive husband, who she said she's going to divorce like 50 different times, dressed up as Hassan and Kaya. Dude, how is your cosplay so shit that you need to have a sign that says Hassan and a sign that says Kaya? Boo!
Don't move too much. Just stop. Just calm.
Honestly, 0 out of 10 that you needed a sign. This is like the people who you play like Pictionary with and then they write stuff. It's like, bitch, no words. You're cheating. Same thing here. Boo. If you need to use text, if you got to explain the joke that hard, Ben Garrison cartoon IRL, boo.
It's great. This is vibrating. I'm not sound shocking. It just vibrates.
My apologies. I'm going to correct it. It's actually a vibration.
It's training. Training. Training to be a good dog.
We'll speak up with
Insane fall off, dude. I get it though. They're algo chasing. But there was a little bit of time where she was like interacting with people and I was like, oh, the downfall is coming. And then it hit like a peak and I was like, all right. Because the problem is if you strike too early, sometimes your credibility is shot. Like the number of people that came out and spoke about Dr. Disrespect that now get labeled as like idiots or whatever, even though they were right. Or like another example, like most of the feminists during the anti-SJW period of time during Gamergate, they were right. They were just right too early. Your time will come. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. And it's like, I think karma is real in the eventually, if you're a shitty person or you do shitty things or whatever, you do it to enough people until it bites you back in the ass. You only get one shot, one opportunity. Exactly. So what happened to her? Why is she like this, dude? I don't fucking know. I literally don't know. This is just like a desperate bid for attention. Okay. All right. She turned her back on the bimbo code, never punch down. Dude, when she made that, there's a lot of things that, like, in my books, I lost a lot of respect for her for. But I think, like, the most offensive was when she was shitting on other sex workers, where she was just like, I think this is when she was, like, robbed for her Bitcoin or whatever. And then she's like, I realized this life-threatening situation. I was able to realize something very important. I need to show all of you my pussy. And I'm like, honestly, great marketing, great job. But then it was like a paywall of $100 for the paywall for $100. And people paid the money. And then they were like, so what the, can I see? And she was like, well, you just paid for the opportunity to pay. And then she had the audacity to go even further and say, like, if you show me that you unsub to another girl, I'll give you 20% off. And that was like disgusting. Actually, gross. Scammerants. Class trade. It's just class trader shit. It's gross, whatever. Boo. Anywho, I did not know about this scammerant lore. Luckily, I'm internet brained and I'm rotted, so we're good. Why do you sound betrayed? Well, I don't like it when women shit on other women. Especially when sex workers shit on other sex workers. For, like, just being sex workers. It's like, girl, this is so funny. I compared how often Tectone and Hassan mention each other on their YouTube channels to show how one-sided this discourse is. The result, Tectone has mentioned Hassan 345 times. Hassan has mentioned Tectone 0 times. Not the who omega lol. I got banned in Amaranth's chat for making fun of a chatter that said they would give her money for showing her tits on stream. My appeal was denied. What the hell? That's messed up. Well, you found the right chat. I think you'd like it here. But can I share one last thing before we move on? I want to save tomorrow because I'm getting a little bit tired and I don't want to cover things poorly when I'm tired. Because instead of going to TwitchCon, I went with Lana to Knott's Berry Farm or Knott's Scary Farm yesterday. I got a fun little picture, but unfortunately I'm blinking in it. But I'll upload it later today. It was a lot of fun actually. I always go to Halloween things and I'm like, I love Halloween and pumpkins and pumpkin decor and spooky bats and spider webs. And then once I show up there, I'm like, wait, but I get really scared really easily. But I get really scared, but I can't even play scary games. So it's like I forget. And then I like force myself. So like we went to this haunted house and I'm like, the entire time it's like we went past the mirror room and I saw my face and my face was just this. And I was like, oh man, I just look like a perfect mark. Oh man. Oh man. And then at the end of the haunted house was like the sexy clowns, the sexy lady clowns. And I was like, so we ended on a high note. And I was like, I made it. I lived. I survived. So we're good. Hey, yo. Don't ew me. Okay? Silence. Sexy female clown enjoyer speaking. Silence. Now, male clowns scare me. They make the male clowns really scary. They don't make them sexy. They make them scary. But they make the female clowns so sexy. Clowns are supposed to be funny. I once dated a scare actor at a haunted house who was the sexy clown at the end. Dude, you know what? You don't gotta flex on the rest of us, fuckhead. How dare you tell me that? What do you want to tell me? You have $1 million. You get to spend all of your time in a cat sanctuary. You constantly have bitches on you. What else? What else? What else do you have on us, huh? Let me guess. You never age, ever. You've never been burned by the sun, ever. Fuck you. Goddamn. Sorry. That was unfair. That was extreme. I apologize. I took out my hatred on that poor man. I apologize, okay? I'm sorry. I once dated a conservative sex worker, Sag. I don't like that. I don't like that story. I don't want to think about that story. Chatter, don't tell me that.